We're jumping in here.
All right, let's go, G's.
Game number 1 in
go,
this
G's.
second match of the day. AP Bren and Homebois. Ogwin, though.
Eros, what's up, man?
Already.
Yeah, this is classic moves from the side of Homebois.
Exactly, you know, I'm just a hater, bro.
Is make sure that they poke.
If I say it'd be cool if Homebois could win,
and kind of recharge and reset.
I'm a PH hater.
Objectives, and even Zorn
I definitely think AP Bren's is gonna win.
Here up against AP Bren,
But it would be pretty hype. I mean, come on, guys, it would be pretty hype if Homebois won. You can't deny that. You can't deny that.
Any early game takedowns so far, but it's a matter of like pokes from both sides.
And
I think they got like a
with that. I like the fact too that Homebois dealing with the poke,
20 to 20% chance to win.
They at least have a couple
20% chance to win.
options to get out, right? Like the purifiers are there. Nets is definitely going to need it. He's going to have to kind of break some ankles here too, Kim. I mean, like he's got to have the timing on the BMI on point, which, you know, again,
Malaysia needs a dub, bro. Malaysia needs a dub. Let's be real here, guys.
He's gone through the ropes here, right? Obviously, of the Philippines, so nothing new for him.
Okay, Mr. Fee.
For the rest of the team, they kind of got to give Nets enough time to build up to where he needs to be. So that leaves it up to Adil and the rest of the team, you know, to be able to scale up, to be able to hold the grounds down throughout this portion.
When do you think Zorn will stop spamming TP?
Is going to be up here.
Like
kind of
20.
Both teams really try to get that
2035.
available
2035.
and work around this. But you can already see the positioning happening here. Kyle Teasy will go ahead and start with the turtle, but it's spotted out, right? Chibi's just around the corner for here, so they're going to go ahead and go with this turtle dance first portion of this game.
There we go. There we go, guys.
Flapteasy already here. Oh,
there we go. There it is.
Demonic force as well. It's gonna be Flapteasy starting
there it is, guys. My opinions are idiotic.
1/4 HP. It's gonna be Chibi.
I'm not allowed to think it would be hype if Homebois won.
There's the appraiser's rat from Kyle Teasy. Zorn gonna be able
the back
to
and
get
forth.
Out, but it still
I'm not allowed to
goes
think that
on.
because I work
Flapteasy
closely with
gonna
the
be
esports
able
scene.
to pop in that demonic force.
I'm not allowed to think that it would
There's
be
still
hype
not
if
gonna be
Homebois
any
won.
casualties just
Isn't that
yet, but
crazy,
AP
yo?
Bren, or rather, the side of Homebois started it off real strong by picking up that first turtle of the game.
Yeah, it's good they get that, right? I mean, at least they're able to pull
Don't you guys?
through with
Isn't that just like
no one goes
insanity?
down, so no first blood just yet. And, you know, you're going to have to kind of see these rotations happen now from Homebois because with a little bit of this, you know, it's like a baby step, honestly, at this point. But that's what I was saying. If they can secure the first turtles of the game,
your opinion's idiotic. How you like that?
Advantage where they really have to go toe-to-toe with AP Bren into that first Lord. And even with that, right now, look how aggressive they are on this side of the jungle of AP Bren.
Yeah.
You know who gets paid to be on camera and give their opinion? This guy. How about you, Matatang Utak?
And this is exactly what you need to do, right? If you're a Martis, that is so good in the early game. And if you're talking about the light switch, this Martis also kind of has that light switch, right? Once it reaches mid to late game, it's already at par with everybody. It's fine. It does not have that.
You keep watching the second 2 games, guys. Keep watching the second 2 games, Matabang Utak. After this game, you're gonna. You might just see something funny. You might see something real idiotic.
Yeah, we'll see how they play around that once again. 30 seconds away from this turtle. AP Bren, though.
Exactly, pizza. Oh, a little bit of damage. Setpat able to get first kill on a Kyle Teasy. Flapteasy though, trying to respond, goes down. Chibi picking up the kill.
Damage, that's Chibi. Gonna go in for that decimate and take him down. Homebois starting it off real strong here. And this is what they have done up against AP Bren in the group stage. Just pressure out the XP lane. And if you notice it, like they're just letting that gold lane side. Let's take a look at the instant replay here.
Yeah, so as it all unfolded, once again, you know, it's just the scaling that's been in favor right now of Homebois. The fact, too, like you pointed it out, the Martis has been just
Homebois to Miracle Boys.
Well, and that's another turtle now taken as well. So the pace, the tone, it's Homebois so far. And it's AP Bren finding themselves 3,000
Naja, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome.
This is quite, you know, not what people are used to seeing.
Rematch game
right now. It's Homebois just kind of giving it to
Coffee's
them.
in the chat.
And so with that,
yo, why'd we delete Abdul?
Going without getting too reckless. That's where Homebois has to keep it together. This is that play style we were talking about earlier. You know, from the Malaysian region, really kind of paying dividends here.
It's okay if he says a couple bad words, as long as he's not saying them against somebody.
Case scenario for him, you know, have that gold lane experience. Hold on, they're going to go for it again.
You don't got. Oh, Flapteasy goes down again.
There is going to be the demonic force, but he's taking up too much damage. Kalteasy and the rest of the gang forced to back away. Not going to go for more And that's going to be AP Bren backing it away safe and sound. 3-0 right now. And so far, Homeboys are leading. Looking at the advantage too. Chibi is levels ahead here.
Matt, the only time you got to mute somebody is if they're
Teasy,
spamming. Other than that, just wait for me to say to mute them. Because we like, this is the type of chat where we do let a little chaos happen.
One of the first few times I actually
we do let a little bit of chaos happen.
In pure rage on a Martis. Usually like you'd go for a quantum charge. How is this different from the quantum charge here, Naisu?
I thought you were about to call me Kuya Naisu. But anyway, the Impure Rage for the Martis, you know, I think like either way, you can be very flexible with these emblems. And of course, I don't think we actually get a glimpse of, you know, the tier 1 and tier 2, what they're rolling with, but it works, right? And for the most part, it's a little bit of that extra damage. And then of course, you can roll around with the scaling as well that comes with it. And it's kind of debatable. Some players, they like to go.
I mean, it's true though. We can't count AP Bren out just yet.
And they can work around it. But right now, whether it's Quantum Charge, whether it's this Impure Rage, he's making it work, and that's what counts for Chibi because he's doing it against a very renowned jungler and team. So now Third Turtle's going to be up here. They're going to get in position for this one as they break.
Your English
through.
is so easy to
Holding
understand. This is more like listening
himself.
sections. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
That's something
I'm
that
an
we
old
see
man.
in classic.
I'm a kuya.
Moves gone out from
That's how old I am
Homeboys.
here.
I've seen this in the group stage where
Udar.
Baptiste and Odile were kind of going at it. Turtle's going to be reset.
But honestly,
here.
like, it's
Odile
true
taking
though,
a
right?
lot
AP
of
Bren
damage, though,
could
coming out
literally
from,
take this game back at any
Q.
moment.
Let's
Yep.
see.
We've
I
seen it happen
think
so
they're
many
just
times.
kinda-
We can't count them out just yet.
It's going to be
Zorn?
Kaltizi.
Oh!
For Zorn here. Flickers
Udil
out.
down.
Odile's going to be the first target here.
Udil
Nice
down.
setup
Kaltizi
there
takes the
from
turtle.
Minotaur. It's gonna
Chibi,
be Kaltizi
looking for the
picking
finish.
up that
Decimation
turtle.
comes in.
If
Can he
they're
find
gonna go
another
for
one?
more here,
Trying to
Kaltizi's
lock
gonna
on
be
Super
taken
Marco,
down
but no
by
Super
Chibi.
Marco is unloading
Getting shut
right
down there by
now.
Super
Sebat!
Marco, who's kind of free hitting everyone, getting in that
Just like that,
double kill.
boys.
2 kills for the gold
Happens all the
laner
time.
of AP Bren.
Sadly, it happens all the time,
Jack,
boys.
Just say it, Burger Kim. You can't get too reckless. Press it on the gas here.
Check yourself
Homeboy
before you wreck
was,
yourself.
But this is the punishment I'm
Thoughts on
talking
joining
about,
podcasts
right?
with our
Yes,
regions? Of course I
they're
would join a
still ahead.
podcast
They're
on any other
holding
region,
on to
bro.
a lead. That's great. But they can't let that happen again. And the fact, too, that Super Marco got those 2 kills, and now he's got the 2 items he needs. He's got the Blade. He's got the Malefic Roar. He's going to be a threat. He's going to be kind of tough to deal with because right now, Few's still building up, right? He's not where he needs to be on the Novaria just yet. He's trying to scrap up a little bit more gold to get to the items that he needs. And also a DHS being picked up by Super Marco.
Literally,
now
AP
he's got
Bren does it all the time.
That was a huge
For being such a
power
good
spike
team,
in this last minute that he just
AP's
went through. And
Bren's
this is
laning
what I'm
phase
talking
isn't always
about,
that great.
where this usually
It's right
happens
around like
in the case
second
before that
turtle,
first
third
lord
turtle
coming up. So
that they
in
really
under
start
a
to pop
minute,
off.
It's going to be there. And Super Marco, if he is not taken care of, if he's not focused down, he's going to be a threat to the Homeboys. So they just got to keep it together right now. The lead they have, work around
Homeboys
it, try
does
to get
still
some
have a
turrets
gold
if
lead,
they
though,
can.
so they're
But
not
you can
falling
see this, and
behind.
That's exactly why Ogwin, for the most part, will just kind of plan himself around here from Super Marco. So Homeboys, they want to make a rotation down bot.
Oh.
Ogren here has the
Udal,
flicker.
what are you
It's gonna
doing,
be
bro?
Udil taking a lot of the damage.
Oh
Toward the
my
park
God,
memory.
Udal.
As it takes out Udil from the backside,
Sepat.
Sepat's gonna be going
Guys,
for it.
guys,
A Princess
guys,
Rat there being
guys,
popped in by
guys,
Kalti.
guys,
Knocked off from the
guys.
backside, Sepat's gonna get taken
Oh,
down,
Lordy,
but Kalti's still
Lord.
gonna go for it. Demonic Force is still up as Chibi
How long
and
does
the rest
Demonic
of the
Force go
Homeboys
for?
are gonna be running away from
Oh,
it.
no, no, no.
There's gonna be Astral Echo
Oh,
too
no,
from
no,
Q.
no, no.
Everybody's real low, but they won't be committing for more as they
Wagga, wagga,
are
wagga, wagga.
setting themselves up against this Lord. This should be a free Lord here for the side of AP Bren.
Kim.
Homeboys are chunked down to half.
Did I not say that before the first
That-
Lord?
that
There is a
switch.
play. There is a
Yep.
play that AP Bren does, and this time it wasn't even on their will. It was Homeboys that tried to make the play in the bottom side. But Ogwin knew that that would probably happen with the pressure they were putting on that turret. They see it coming, and they fight. And Super Marco, like I said, he had the 3 items he needed. It didn't matter. Udil took a couple hits, got marked up, and then torn apart, right? Like that's what happened. And now the first Lord
Get
is
marked,
secured. I've
hit
been
with the
talking
torn
about
apart.
this for months now that AP Bren, this is their timing, this is what they like to do. And this has now garnered themselves to a point where it's even, economy-wise. But still, Super Marco is huge, and he just picked up a Wind of Nature. So
Get
that
marked.
gets a little bit more dicey for Homeboys.
Hit him with the
because
torn apart.
One, it's
Memories.
like, how do we
Death
get
to my
him?
enemies.
And Few is also
Ooh,
building up
that's a
really
hard
well
line.
now at this point. Another
Get
turret's going to fall
marked.
here.
Hit him with the torn
So
apart.
huge
Memories.
space
Death to my
advantage
enemies.
now for AP Bren to work around.
You ain't never been a
with.
friend of me.
Yes, it's only one turret against Homeboys, but the power play that they're having right now is huge in comparison to the past couple minutes.
Rose Gold Meteor has been picked up too here by Sepat. I'm thinking about what the Homeboys needs to do at this point exactly. Definitely the shutdown on Super Marco will be big. The shutdown goal is going to have to be there. But at the same time, like AP Bren has already taken back the space that Homeboys has been taken in for the first few games.
Jacob, how's it going?
So
how's it
far,
going?
Like at this point,
shout out, Jacob.
Burst down, Flap TZ, Cal TZ, all these players already have items that they need. And at this point, like Super Marco can also sustain whatever Homeboys is going to be throwing out since he already has the Wind of Nature. Like
The
what you pointed out. So
discipline.
it's either up to Nets, who has been quietly farming actually so far for the side of Homeboys, but hasn't been able to pop any of those blazing duets yet.
Well, I would say like Nets is still in a good position to have, you know, some impact here as we get in further into
It's like poetry
game.
in motion.
And that is something that AP Bren knows very well. It's something that Super Marco himself, when he's on the claw, does. And you can see it. Nets is already putting the pressure there. And AP Bren is going to respond exactly to that, right? So this is something we're familiar with. It's almost like a game of cat and mouse. Like they have to be able to answer the pressure on these side lanes. AP Bren, even
Oh, God. Oh, God.
with the minor lead that they have in space, they still have to manage it, right? Because it can quickly go in favor of Homeboys here if they're able.
How much
to
do I
pull
bet
down
for
some of this
Homeboys?
pressure, and that's
I
why
didn't bet
also
on
you
Homeboys.
see Sapat putting,
I said they had a
himself
20%
there in the
chance to
bottom
win
lane, right? So the rest of
series.
this, it's kind of like Homeboys.
That's
they have
my
to
guess.
flip the mindset of, all right, let's protect Nets as much as possible. Let's keep him alive. Let him do what he needs to do. He does have that Purify. He's got some of the items that he needs now in this Claude. He should be scaled up really well. Look at this. Like, taking a look at the items here. On point, he's where he needs to be. Still building up. Most likely that Wind of Nature next. Grabs it as soon as I say. So now he's got it. That's great. Now he's matched up. He's still a little bit behind in terms of gold, but he's well matched up against Super Marco. Now that this next Lord is up here, Homeboys is actually in a good position.
Oodle needs to make sure. Oodle needs to make sure he's using the demonic force second. He needs to wait for Flap TZ to use his, and then
putting pressure in the space around this Lord already. And AP Bren has to respect it. They know exactly that. Nets is going to work on this turret. He's got to make sure he's fine. BMI's back. So still the push and pull here for this second Lord.
Oodle's trying to bait out the demonic force, really.
Coming out from Few. They're going to have to be careful about that.
Not going to be any ultimates invested just yet. Just going to be coming out from Few just for Division Gaming.
Oh my God, that's a lot of damage.
Onto deal.
On a
taking
chibi.
a lot of the damage there. Nobody's fully
Lord did
committing
reset.
to all of these clashes, knowing that there's also pressures on the sides.
What's going on the mid side? A lot of damage on a Few. Ogwin gets the knockup though. Nets force the flicker back. Setback goes down though.
Or rather, Lord though.
Zorn looking to help out. Can you get the lockup? No, Kyle TZ still able to. Oh my God, bro. Why are you so garbage?
Marco's still free hitting everyone though. And AP Bren might actually just reset there and actually take their time to pressure the side of Homeboys here. But you know, Homeboys, I like the attempt. There was some light there. They actually could have made some plays, but now AP Bren, this is where they're good at. They're gonna be pressuring this mid tower. Second tier already down, only the inhibitors left here.
Oh, that's tough. Again, still going to be fighting it out. Chibi going to try to keep them at bay here. Nets as well with the rest of the team. They still have a little bit longer for Zorn to be up. A couple seconds here. They should be full forced, of course, by this time that AP Bren gets ready for this assault. So most likely, again, like we just saw from that last exchange, they approached it very well. Homeboys for a little bit looked like they had some control, and then AP Bren punished them, and it's still Super Marco having a massive game. So now Lord's here. It's going to go ahead and charge in.
It's been knocking on the doors of Homeboys. Look at the damage too coming out from Few from the backside, poking everyone before they shred this Lord. AP Bren can actually go for the pressure here. Pressure in all of the lanes, knowing that Few is just at the backside to cover. Kyle TZ going to be jumping in, soaking up all of the damage. Flap TZ not going to be investing that demonic force just yet. There's a tug from Zorn, but it's not going to do much as AP Bren just going to be backing away from that one.
Yeah, they don't have to find it. I mean, for the most part, AP Bren, they're very objective-based right now. That's what they're thinking. They get the 2 turrets. They're most likely going to get this third, too. It's only a couple hits away, and still, they might put the pressure to actually force a situation if they want to. Chibi
Super Marco hurts.
The marks here.
Super Marco hurts.
Yeah, a lot of damage coming out from Super Marco. Sepat trying to go for the
there you go.
backside.
Kyle Teasy goes down. A little bit of damage on a Chibi there. Flap Teasy knocking some heads, dunking on him. Sepat goes down. Zorn trying to pull him back in. Ogwin going to get the knock up. Flap Teasy still going with the Demonic Force.
For more here. Mid base are also crashing in here for the side of AP Bren. They might actually just go for the finish, but there's just a lot of heroes still up here for the side of Homebois.
Bro, they really need a dive hero, man. I really don't think. I still am not with the whole Ruby mid, man.
Back off.
I think Ruby XP is better.
Down and, you know, I know we didn't get a good look at it, but there was a relatively a good effort from Homebois there, and it kind of split
AP
off
Bren
Malakas.
AP Bren
like
Malakas.
win that fight.
Bren Malakas.
He still
whatever it is.
did not go down. But overall, you know, Few was able to be very elusive, and he hasn't done. That's why Novaria is so strong with the way that her kit works in Super Marco. So it's like Homebois, you know, your biggest thing is like, how do we find a pickoff? How do we actually get one of these targets locked in? And, you know, at this point, too, Nets has the items that he needs. It's not really much of an itemization thing. It's like, how do we actually execute this and pull it off? And
I don't know why that's so funny.
Just going toe-to-toe with these Lord fights, right? Like
Bren Malakas!
We're nearly at the 17-minute mark. Homebois has the items they need. It's like they just have to win this dance, and that's what they're going to get prepped and ready for. But Ogwin also waiting patiently there in the bush. Udil holding on to his own demonic force.
Bro, Uncle Zico Cutie still in the chat, bro. Man's taking multiple 5-minute timeouts. He's still hanging out. Love you, bro.
I'm not sure if they're even going to be able to right now.
Much love, Unc.
They're trying to, though.
There. Yeah, they have to. So Chibi waiting patiently. He's done this multiple times. Ogwin goes in.
There's going to be the pokes that are coming out from Few, actually causing the rest of the Homos to actually back away. Just one wipeout can actually take them down. They don't have any inhibitors left, and that's going to be AP Bren
20%?
securing in. I believe the second Lord
20% is a fair. I think 20% is a fair number.
Here, second.
That's 1 out of 5. They have a 1 out of 5 chance.
A lot of pressure, but for the Homebois, right, they have to find that pickoff on the back lines. The only one that can actually do that at this point is Sorn with the nice setup, or Sepat. Actually, you've seen him attempt on Super Marco and Few, but at this point, no inhibitors left. They gotta focus on defending their base here. They have the Lord for the side of AP Bren.
Yep, conceal already used here. They're gonna get spotted out though.
TZ. He's gonna be using that demonic force up. Gonna keep it going. Look at the damage on the Chibi.
Doing the dunks on a Cheesy. Flap Teasy getting melted down. Nets brings out the Blazing Duet, trying to chip away onto the Lord. Into the backside. 2 members fall, Sepat and Zorn. The tragedy strikes. Next will be Udil. And they lock onto the base. This is going to be game number 1.
And that's going to be it. AP Bren takes in game number 1.
Man, oh man. So they take.
Listen, man, the only way I could win some people, you know, it's like this. It's like this.
It took them, you know, it took them some time.
The only way I could win